Maia, this is what I know about you. You are a new graduate of the resilient class of 2020 at the American University in Washington, D.C. You major in international relations. How do you see your place in the world today?
Many of the graduates have this awesome opportunity to reshape what seems to be falling apart around us. There's so many things that are being brought to light that aren't working, whether it's socially, economically, governance, environment, you name it.
I love watching your video of your recent trip to China. You went to Beijing, you went to Shanghai, you also went to Qingdao.
I came in with as much of an open mind as I could to see what am I not seeing. That was the main reason why I really wanted to go on this trip, because I think there are so many different things that want to drive people apart and drive countries apart. But I'm more interested in seeing how we can be together and what we can create and make together.
Through your wonderful video, you captured the Great Wall, but also the extraordinary modernity of a country that's changing very fast and continues to.
It just shows that it's still brimming with opportunity as it is still evolving and developing. I saw a larger commitment to electric cars and, the culture around bikes. Love that. And I think that probably is larger rooted in something in history.
When Richard Nixon went to China in the early 1970s, he would have seen hundreds and thousands of bicycles on the street. Sometimes I feel that we don't need to look for new ideas. We just need to return to the simplicity of where we came from in some ways.
That is so, yeah.
What was fun about the trip?
Food. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Love the hot pot. Definitely food. The temples were great. And I also felt like a stronger connection or understanding of, culture in regards to maybe even religion, an expression of that, which is very different than how I might see it here in the States or how it's expressed here in the States, which was really, really awesome. I really love those parts of the trip.
I know that you enjoyed the hot pot. Was there anything specifically about the flavors or certain dishes or certain cuisines that drew you in?
In regards to fish, it was really great. And everyone thinks I'm weird every time I say it. It reminds me of home. So just the culture around, we're all going to be eating at the dinner table together and sharing food together. Even if it looks a little different, hot pot was just one of those things that just reminds me of being my grandma's backyard and we're eating crawfish. I really enjoy that is kind of more of a norm in China and more Eastern countries because it's not a norm here. It's kind of like, oh, you only do that with your family if that's something your family even values, rather than like, oh, we have whole restaurants and establishments that are built around this collective idea of like, let's share a meal together. There's so much to be seen. There's so much to be heard. There's so much to be experienced. And that we as Americans should go and experience it.
How would you describe the Chinese person to someone who has no exposure to that part of the world?
Well, I think the first thing would be I want to communicate that they're also a human being. So any stereotypes, any generalizations, just as much as my experience as American is not monolithic, I want to be able to express that to anyone else, that the Chinese experience is not monolithic at all.
Was it any different for you traveling there, do you think, as someone of color?
My first exposure to Eastern culture through Korea got that ball rolling, but something that I've also learned is that I can't bring what I use to safeguard myself and my understandings of what happens in this country to another country because our histories are different. Specifically, when people want to take pictures or touch my hair or things of that nature, using it as an opportunity to be like, yes, this is who I am as a person.
Maia Hatchett, it is a privilege and an honor speaking with you, and we're going to watch your video. Why don't we press the play button now?
Cool.
You got a great laugh, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
There's a lot of happiness there, I think.
Yes, yes.